Good morning, everybody. This is Miss Williams. Today is Wednesday. It is May the 27th, and today we are going to talk about outliers. So, outliers are numbers in a data set that don't really fit with the other numbers for some reason. You could think of somebody who's really good at running, for example, whose running time is much faster than everybody else's. And if you looked at a data set of numbers, the person who's much faster, their number is going to pop out because it doesn't fit in with the rest of the numbers. You could also think of somebody who is much older than all the other people in the group. So their age, if you listed all the ages of all the people in the group, that person's age would pop out. Today we're going to look at two things. We're going to look at shoe size and we're going to look at running time for the mile. So here's the first problem. And here are the shoe sizes of some people in a middle school classroom. So I want you to look across those numbers and think carefully about which one looks like it's different than the others and maybe shouldn't really be in there. So 9 would be the outlier. Let's order the numbers. It's always a good idea when you start working with a data set to order the numbers. And when I'm ordering, I always cross off so that I know that I've got everything. So those are my data elements. And you can see that there's a gap between the 6 and the 9. And the 9 doesn't appear to belong. So let's have a look at the mean with the outlier. So you're going to add up all the numbers, and then you're going to divide by the number of numbers that there are. So when you add the numbers, you can do that on your calculator. I'll give you a moment. So I get a sum of 49. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers. So I get a mean of 4.9. Now, if we take the outlier out, so just pretend the outlier is there, don't include the 9. So if we add them up without the 9, we get a sum of 40. And this time, be careful, you're dividing by 9. So 40 divided by 9 is, the mean is now 4.4 recurring. So we'll just call it 4.4. So if you can see, with the mean in the data set, or sorry, with the outlier in the data set, the mean comes up closer to 5. So it's closer up around here, which is a little bit high when you consider all those 3s and 4s that are in the data set. When we take out the outlier, the mean goes back down to being just a little bit over 4. Which is more representative of our data set. Let's look at another set of data. So this time we're going to look at mile running time for 6th graders. And I'm going to write down 8 different times. So 8 minutes, 8.2 minutes, 7.6 minutes, sorry, 7.2 minutes, 9.1 minutes, 8.3 minutes, 6.2 minutes, 7.8 minutes. Okay, so I want you to look at all those times, and I want you to see if you can see the outlier, the outlier is the one that doesn't really belong, that is far away from all the others. Maybe I should put one more. Let's put one more in here, just to 8.8 minutes. Put that in there. Okay. So the outlier would be the 6.2 minutes, because the 6.2 minutes is at least a minute faster than the next closest one, and all the others are kind of in a range together. So the 6.2 would be the outlier. When you add them all up, let's look at our mean with the outlier. And our mean without the outlier. So let's calculate those two numbers. There's only one outlier, so let's get rid of that S. Okay, so let's just add them up. I'm going to use my calculator for this. So 8 plus 8.2 plus 7.6 plus 7.2 plus 9.1 plus 8.3 plus 6.2 plus 7.8 plus 8.8. And we're dividing by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I get the sum is 71.2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're dividing by 9. So that is 7.9 minutes. Okay, without the outliers, so I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm not including the 6.2. So I'm going to do 8 plus 8.2 plus 7.6 plus 7.2 plus 9.1 plus 8.3 plus 7.8 plus 8.8. So this is a sum of 65, and this time I only included 8 data items, so I'm dividing by 8. And it's about 8.1 minutes is the mean. So when I took away this outlier, my mean increased. So this person who ran much faster than everybody else brought the average down. So it made everybody look like on average, everybody ran a little bit faster when you include them in the data set. When you take them out of the data set, the mean is longer. The average for everybody else, they take longer. Going back to the shoe size, the average was kind of close to size 5 shoe. But when I took out the large outlier, which was the size 9, the average went down to about a 4.5. All right, today, everybody, you have some IXL to practice and a couple of formative problems to answer and to enter answers for. Okay, have a great day. Stay cool, drink loads of water, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.